Has Marvel Studios accidentally revealed the original release date of Mahershala Ali's Blade? That is what's going around the news cycles this morning, guys. It looks like Marvel may have accidentally spilled the beans on the original release date. Of course, now we know that production has been pushed back. So, as I have speculated in the past, I've been making videos about these release dates for a while. It's looking like 2023. But let's get into the article, guys. Welcome to E equals MCU. It's your boy Armand. There's an article written here by Ariane Merclarino, and I hope I said that right, in regards to the Blade release date. So I want to go over the article, and then there has been a response just as of a few minutes ago from Disney and Marvel Studios. So let's dive in. It says here, Marvel Studios surprised everyone during the 2019 edition of San Diego Comic-Con when it was announced that the upcoming Blade reboot will debut in the MCU. The film was led by award-winning actor Mahershala Ali, and he is expected to be joined by a slew of interesting characters along the way. Ever since the announcement, news about the development of the Blade slowed down, which makes sense considering the ongoing health crisis. Still, it was previously confirmed that Blade will be directed by Bassam Tariq, and it will be written by Stacey Osei Kuffour. The release date of the film has yet to be revealed, but evidence at one point suggested that a 2022 debut was in the cards. On top of that, plot details of Blade are still being kept under wraps, and it remains to be seen how the character will be introduced alongside other Marvel heroes within the MCU continuity. Now, a new report has surfaced that could hint at the film's original release date. So was this a Blade release mistake? Marvel India's official Twitter account recently posted the studio's 2022 movie slate alongside the film's respective release dates. One of the movies on that list is Mahershala Ali's Blade, which is shown with a October 7th, 2022 date. Now, just to take a second here, this is the date that I had speculated. This was the hidden date that, like, it wasn't. It's like they came out with this and said there was going to be an October date, and then all of a sudden it disappeared. And now, from my understanding, there's a 2023 date that's also in October. So that's why I speculated that would be the date. All right. The article goes on to say, is Blade really debuting in 1 year? The very likely answer is no. Mahershala Ali movie isn't set to begin filming until July 2022, so the project will likely be wrapping production by October of next year. So why did an official Marvel account claim a false date? The most probable scenario is that originally Blade was slated to premiere on October 7th, 2022, prior to its production being pushed back. In all likelihood, the graphic shared that old date alongside the accurate dates for the other 5 movies included. If Blade isn't premiering in October of next year, when will it release? So Blade is eyeing a 2023 release. It's no secret that Marvel Studios has a stacked slate in 2022, and this graphic is clear proof of that. It is also worth pointing out that this list doesn't include the small screen bunch of MCU, which includes shows like Moon Knight and She-Hulk. Blade's original release date is also in line with comments from Tom Marv Hoffman, the character's co-creator, from March 2021, when he shared that the film would be released sometime in 2022. If Marvel sticks with its original plan, then this means that the studio could have 5 films in 2022, breaking 2021's record of 4 films. The Hollywood Reporter previously revealed that Blade's production was moved from September 2021 all the way to July 2022, which further cements the fact that this October 22 release date of the film original date. At this stage, there's a strong chance that Blade could be taking the October 6, 2023 date, placeholder date for Marvel Studios. In addition, aside from Mahershala Ali, there are no other reported cast members that have been announced for Blade, except for a rumor that 2 supporting characters are being considered for the film. While Marvel Studios is keeping its focus on the other projects like Hawkeye, Spider-Man, No Way Home, it's possible that Blade-related announcement could be announced during 2021 edition of Disney Investor Day, or the studio could drop a surprise announcement on its social media accounts within the year. And that is the end of the article. And I definitely think they're going to make an announcement, but because production was pushed back, we're not going to hear anything on this until July, or around that time when they start shooting. That's when you'll start getting the cast, probably early next summer, April, May. because they'll have to gear up to get ready for the July shooting date. And that makes sense. Like I said, the October 6th date in 2023 is more likely. I do think that they originally intended to release it in 2022, but as we all know, everything got pushed back. They didn't even keep up with their original schedule from when he announced things at that San Diego Comic-Con in 2019. So it's understandable as to why that is. It definitely looks like it is being pushed back. I think the other question surrounding the production of this is, will it feature any other Marvel Studios characters that have been previously introduced? There is, the rumor that they want to do the darker side of Marvel. There's been rumors of Sons of Midnight, and seemingly Blade would fit into that. Also, there's, with everything going on with the multiverse, there's rumors of Morbius potentially meeting up with Blade in the MCU. So those are things to look forward to that could come of this. And I definitely think that there's a plan in play and everything was just delayed. Now, from my understanding, Morbius is scheduled for release in January of next year. So it's like we just got Venom, and then we're going to get Spider-Man, and then you're going to get Morbius, and that's going to answer a lot of questions. Now, there was a rumor of sorts. There's a lot of rumors floating around, but if you remember in the Morbius trailer, it featured Michael Keaton's The Vulture. I believe after Spider-Man Homecoming, they had plans for him to be in Sinister Six, him and Scorpion, and a couple of the characters that they teased, and then they had Morbius kind of tie into that as to explain maybe how he got out of jail. We still don't know what the context of that scene yet, but if they're doing what it looks like they're doing with the multiverse, that could set up how we get the Daywalker and we get Blade. So I'm excited to see what Mahershala Ali does with this project. He's been kind of quiet as of late, so I suspect he's probably been gearing up for this. I hope it's pretty big. I don't know much about the writer and the director, but I know some of the characters of this is going to be introduced and tied into Moon Knight, so we could get a tease in next year's Moon Knight movie, which would be 2022, so that would come out before, and that could set up Blade. And since he's been cast for so long, I wouldn't even be surprised if he were to make a surprise cameo in that MCU, that Disney Plus show, maybe like at the end of the show or end credits or something, because he's been cast as Blade now for 2 years, and they haven't really been able to use or utilize him. So it'd be a good way to set up his story and just to figure out how they were going to attack it. Now, the article did also mention that there were 2 supporting characters that they were in talks or talking about having in the movie. I think one of those could potentially be Dracula, and it just depends on if those rumors are true as far as how they want to set up the darker side of the MCU. You know what I mean? Like it just depends on what characters they'll have and what characters they want to bring to the forefront. So if that is true, I really don't know if how Blade would tie into the rest of the MCU, or if they're just kind of creating another universe in the pocket, and then they'll probably bring those characters in in a big crossover. I'm of one mind to think that they don't have to make every character crossover with every other character, every other movie. Like, it's not necessarily for some characters to run into each other. They can all be in the same universe, and you know what I mean? Like, you just want to give them a tie-in to each other, but they don't all have to like see each other every other episode or whatever. You know what I mean? Unless it makes sense. With a lot of the New York heroes and what they're doing with Hawkeye and stuff, it makes sense. But for someone like Blade, it would make more sense for him to, maybe we get the Ghost Rider tie-in. There's been rumors about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Maybe he pops up there. Maybe Ghost Rider pops up with Blade or something, or something of that nature. But he should tie into characters that make sense for the realm that he's in. So, that's really all I have to say to it, I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, they were aiming for 2022. It was pushed back. They got behind on a lot of things, so they had to push the production back, and that makes sense as to why now it's probably, going to come out in 2023. Also, just to add into that, I did want to throw in a Deadpool tidbit, because see, Deadpool and Blade are both in about the same realm right now as far as pre-production and where they're at. So that's what makes me believe that Deadpool will also release in 2023. So I think we're going to get, in 2023, you're going to get Ant-Man, you're going to get Guardians of the Galaxy, you're going to get Blade, and I think you're going to get Deadpool 3 and possibly Fantastic Four. So maybe they do 5 movies in the 2023 slot. But I know Fantastic Four is coming. I don't think it's going to be 2022. I think it's going to be 2023. But at the same time, Fantastic Four isn't as far as long as these films, so maybe it's later. So we'll have to wait and see on that still. But let me know down in the comment section how you feel about this, guys. All this information spewing out. Do you think this was a mistake? Oh, and that was the other thing I totally forgot. So just a few minutes ago, Grace Randolph just posted a tweet, and she checked with her sources and Disney. And she said that her sources at Disney have debunked this and said that this is not true. Now, part of that's got to be PR, because, they gain nothing from saying, yeah, this was true or not true. So part of that's got to be PR. But if they're denying it and saying that it's not true, then, this all could be for naught. But these articles definitely connected the dots and backed up their proof as to why they think it's true. So anyways, that's what it is. Let me know down in the comment section how you guys feel about it. Are you excited for Blade? Are you excited for the reboot? Will it be rated R? Maybe that's why we're getting a 5th movie. Maybe this is the start of the Marvel Max brand or Marvel Knights. We'll have to see. But let me know down in the comment section how you feel about it. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'm out.